So Ryan, question for you.
Yeah.
You are a single man?
Single.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So this is right on time. So as a single man, what are some of the turnoffs that you're coming across in the dating scene?
I think the main thing is like a lack of trust. You know, in lack of trust that can start whether typically at the beginning of the date, you know, the dating phase or somewhere in the middle. Whereas where typically I find that women are not as comfortable with taking instruction or direction when it comes to where we're going and how we're doing it.
Really? Because the ladies are complaining that the guys are not being creative enough and not establishing the plan and not executing. And you're saying is...
My thing is, if it's the first few days, I mean, how creative do we got to be? I don't even know you, so I'm not doing too much with you anyway. You know what I mean? So if we're going on a walk in the park and some coffee, and I'm telling you what the weather looks out outside, what you should wear.
Not
see,
the
that's what I see. See?
Come on. We can get some...
Coffee's not a good date?
So what I advise my clients is to redirect when a gentleman offers them a coffee date.
And that's what I mean.
Wow.
That's what I mean.
Redirect.
And listen.
And I advise that if she redirects, she ain't the one.
Exactly. That's what I mean by simple direction. It's like, this is the thing. The reason why I think a woman should be open to going where the guy wants to, because if the guy's taking her on a good date, he's going to take her somewhere where he knows he's going to be respected at, where he's going to know the pricing. He's not going to take her on somewhere he can't afford.
Yep.
He's going to know the environment, right?
But you can't afford more than coffee. Not you, but in the example, they can't afford more than coffee.
But this thing, it's not about what they can afford. It's more like, why would you want even a man to make an investment that he doesn't know you? We got to have conversation.
What's an investment? Give me a dollar amount.
So this is the thing. Before I take you out on a, you know, let's say $150 dinner date with some drinks and some apps, I'm going to have to at least know I'm very interested in you, at least. And sometimes that could take 1 or 2 days.
So this is my thought. I understand that. I actually spoke about this before. And if you're a gentleman who's dating more than one woman at a time, which is your right, and I encourage it, then we're talking about rent money by the end of the month when you add up all the dates.
Absolutely.
My issue is that I find that the gentlemen are not investing enough time before the date, because a lot of the vetting that you could have done to see if this chick was worth $150 could have been done over the phone. Instead, what I find is that a lot of the gentlemen are rushing the process, and then you want to go straight to the date because you want to see physique or you want to see chemistry or whatever that is before you get to know the person, and then now you want to spend $10 on coffee that I don't even drink because I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
So how about we encourage people to spend more time getting to know each other before they even physically go out? That way, I mean, it's free. We got unlimited cell phone minutes, texting. Why don't we do that instead of saying, I'm going to send you a place or send you to a place or advise you to go to a place that you don't even drink the contents of what they sell, just so I can see if this person's worthy enough to graduate to the 150 date.
And see, that's the thing. It's the mindset, right? I'm not taking you to coffee so you can enjoy the beverage. I'm taking you to coffee so you can enjoy me. Just me. Not the 5-star dinner, not the great service at the 5-star restaurant, not the cocktails, but me. The more things that I bring into play, the less of me you actually get. So if you want to actually get to know somebody, I think a coffee shop or a walk is one of the best places. And I'm not saying that you don't implement the 20-minute FaceTime or the 15, 20-minute phone call prior. What I'm saying is, if a guy is saying, hey, I want to make sure that not only do you get an opportunity to get to know me and I get to know you, I want to make sure it's an environment where I can make sure you're absolutely safe and secure. And a lot of times, that's going to be right up the street at the coffee shop. Now, this is the thing. I'm not trying to spend 3 hours with you at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Right?
It's also a way for you to get in and get out if it's an inappropriate match.
Absolutely. And if we're having a great time, an exceptional time, then it's going to go to an hour. And if we really, really having a great time, then I'm going to invite you to take you somewhere else. And then that somewhere else, we may spend 50, 60, $100 to kind of depend on the situation. But to begin with, it's like, it's no pressure. I'm taking it easy. I'm dating multiple women typically. So I'm not going to over-invest in somebody I just don't know.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. My last point on this before I switch it back to Ty is that I'm not against cheap dates. I'm against coffee dates because it literally required no thinking or effort. So I would prefer, I'd take a gelato date over the coffee just because there's at least a little bit more culture behind, a little bit more effort. Let's go down to the park. Let's take a walk along the lake, like some kind of effort. And I think that's what a lot of the ladies are concerned about. It's not necessarily that the coffee costs $10. I would take a more creative $5 date than just the lack of effort. So that's, to me, the real issue with the coffee stuff.
That makes sense. I mean, the coffee is going to include a walk, a brisk walk. It's going to include some good conversation.
The
That kind of
coffee's
deal.
you read the right guy. The coffee's an experience.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. It's a whole shabazz.
And the thing is, I mean, what you risk is, I feel like women risk this. They go out with these guys. They doing all of the things, the 5-star dinner days, and they can't even afford it. They doing a 5-star dinner day, they can't afford to get a boot off their car. So it's just, I think it's levels to it. So you want to gradually, as you get to know the person, gradually step it up and up the ante as you progress through the dating process.
Okay.